The morning of April 20th, 2010 started like any other on the Deepwater Horizon oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico. But by nightfall, an explosion would send flames shooting into the sky, claiming the lives of 11 workers and triggering one of the worst environmental disasters in history. The damage, $65 billion. The impact, lives lost, families shattered, and a long legal battle to hold those responsible accountable. Oil rig accidents aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet. They are real, devastating tragedies that change lives in an instant. And when disaster strikes, knowing what to do next can mean the difference between securing justice or being left to pick up the pieces alone. The Deepwater Horizon disaster is just one of many oil rig accidents that have made headlines. The 1964 CP Baker incident claimed 22 lives, a grim reminder of how quickly things can go wrong offshore. The 2012 West Delta 32 explosion took 3 lives and caused hundreds of millions in damage, proving that even modern safety measures can't prevent every catastrophe. The 1969 Santa Barbara Channel disaster didn't claim lives, but it unleashed an oil spill so massive that it reshaped environmental regulations in the United States. These disasters are part of a long history of oil rig accidents, each one a painful lesson in safety, accountability, and the cost of negligence. The truth is, oil rigs are some of the most dangerous workplaces on the planet. When things go wrong, they go wrong fast. Fires, explosions, equipment failures, and structural collapses can turn an ordinary workday into a fight for survival. And for those who make it out alive, the road to recovery is long and filled with challenges. Severe burns, traumatic brain injuries, spinal cord damage, and PTSD are just some of the consequences survivors face. But physical injuries are only part of the devastation. The financial strain of lost wages, mounting medical bills, and long-term rehabilitation can overwhelm even the strongest individuals and families. If you or someone you love has been involved in an oil rig accident, the steps you take in the aftermath are critical. First, medical attention should be the priority. Even if injuries don't seem serious at first, internal trauma or concussions may not show symptoms right away. Reporting the incident to a supervisor is also crucial. Having an official report can help ensure there's a documented record of what happened. If possible, gathering evidence, including photos, videos, and witness statements, can be invaluable in proving what led to the accident. And before speaking to insurance adjusters or signing any documents, getting legal representation is essential. Too often, victims are pressured into accepting settlements that don't come close to covering their long-term medical costs and losses. Understanding who is responsible for an oil rig accident is a complex process. Sometimes it's equipment failure due to poor maintenance. Other times it's a lack of training, negligence from supervisors, or a failure to follow safety protocols. Environmental hazards, human error, and even corporate cost-cutting measures can all play a role in these disasters. Holding the right parties accountable means investigating every angle, something experienced legal teams know how to do. And in Texas, the legal landscape adds another layer of complexity. If your employer carries workers' compensation insurance, you may not be able to sue them directly. But that doesn't mean you're out of options. Many oil rig accidents involve third-party claims against equipment manufacturers, contractors, or other entities responsible for unsafe conditions. For those who survive, the consequences can last a lifetime. Burn victims often endure years of reconstructive surgeries. Spinal cord injuries can result in permanent paralysis. Traumatic brain injuries can lead to memory loss and cognitive impairments that make returning to work impossible. And the psychological toll, PTSD, anxiety, and depression, can be just as debilitating. Families of victims also suffer, often taking on caregiving responsibilities and struggling with the financial burden of lost income. In the aftermath of an accident, insurance companies and responsible parties may rush in with settlement offers, hoping victims will take the money and walk away. But these early offers are rarely enough to cover the long-term impact of a serious injury. They don't account for future medical expenses, lost earning potential, or the emotional trauma of surviving a disaster. Signing too quickly can mean giving up the right to seek further compensation later. That's why it's critical to have legal representation, someone who understands the full scope of what's at stake and who will fight to ensure victims and their families families receive the justice they deserve. At Varghese Summersett, we've seen firsthand how these accidents change lives. Our team knows how to navigate the complexities of oil rig accident claims, from investigating negligence to securing compensation for medical care, lost wages, and pain and suffering. If you or a loved one has been affected by an oil rig accident, don't wait to get the help you need. Contact us at versusTexas.com or call 817-203-2220 for a free consultation. Your future depends on the decisions you make today. We're here to make sure those decisions protect you and your family.